Void. Does this guy know anything about it?
Can we talk? I know I can. And you can at least make intelligible noises.
Do you know anything about these?
Do these mean anything to you? Bandages? They seem to have plaster caked into them. No, I don't know anything about that. Yes, you do. You are the most useless liar I've ever met. It's nothing to do with me. That's a matter for the watch. The watch? They're only bandages. That's all I'm saying on the matter. I don't want no trouble. And they are trouble.
Okay, do you think about this?
The amulet was something to do with a very secretive and dangerous cult. I didn't want to show it to people without a good reason.
Guess not. Thank you very much for your
well,
time.
I'll see you later.
If I go back to where I found them, Rowdance Workshop, I wonder if there's anything there. Rowdan's back.
You're back.
That must be important.
Back? Had I gone somewhere?
Yes, she had.
Here we go again.
Let's just give him the bandages.
You dropped these over by Malachite's spot.
Oh, did I? Thank you.
Yes, you did.
What are they?
They're bandages. Only the funny thing is, they're covered in plaster.
Really?
I suppose you were making some kind of modification to one of your statues.
Yes, that's right. Hmm?
Only the funny thing is, none of the statues have changed. Perhaps you could explain that.
Well,
Shall I tell you what I think? I think you're operating as an illegal plastic surgeon for trolls on the
Plastic surgeon.
land. Half-inch on the nose here, a bit extra on the chin. Even their own mother wouldn't know them, eh?
but I never do anything illegal. Honestly.
Don't worry, I'm not going to turn you over to the watch. I just want some information.
Information?
Yeah. I know that you're not the best person to come to for information, given your memory.
Yes, that's what makes me a good plaster surgeon. I can never remember who my patients are.
Do you work
Interesting.
here?
Not usually. No. I usually work wherever they need me.
But you had to do Malachite here because he didn't have anywhere to go.
Malachite. Malachite.
Oh, come on. He was right here in the workshop.
Oh, that troll. Yes, I did him.
That's what I thought.
That's interesting to know. Can I get something out of you about Void?
Did you work on a troll named Void?
Void.
All right, I can't give you a description. All trolls look the same to me. But if you worked on him, it'd have been recently. Have you worked on a troll in the last day or so?
Yes. I worked on someone down by the river recently.
Ah,
A
thank
street
you.
name would be nice.
I'm really hopeless with names.
How do you find people's houses?
I'm really good at taking directions.
Well, where was this troll that you worked on?
You walk to the river Ankh, turn right, and then take the 3rd street on the right. It's opposite an abandoned shop.
Ah,
Abandoned
Dagon
shop.
Street.
Thanks. I think I can find that.
I think that's Dagon Street.
I guess
Thank you
you'd
very
better
much,
get back
sir.
to your work.
That'll be this one then. Door. Let's look at this door.
The door was shut tight. Void, are you there?
Oh, he's inside one of the magical inscriptions.
There's no one named Void here.
Don't lie, Void. Firstly, I recognize your voice. And secondly, I've spoken to Rowdan. Don't worry, I'm not gonna cause you any trouble.
He's inside one of those stars. The Elvis sign. How did they get away with that?
Someone had painted the sign of the eel on the floor. Foyd must have been looking for protection from the laddering horror. I guess he wasn't as stupid as he seemed. Or maybe his self-preservation was strong enough to cut through his stupidity. I could rub out the Elver sign and let Foyd take his chances, but I still had some pity left.
Let's have a talk to him, shall
The
we?
big, dumb troll was lying almost motionless on the floor. The floor had seen better days. All you have to do is cooperate with me, and I'll leave you alone.
Were yous followed?
No, I've got cautious about that recently.
What do you want?
Where to start, I guess. That.
Did anyone ever mention the radiant trapezohedron to you, Foyd?
The radiating trapezoidron?
I'll take that as a no. Do
Inscription.
you know what quad-nescient eos interficit means?
That's the thingy. Quad nescience eos interficit.
The thingy? What does it mean to you?
Dunno.
I could very quickly lose patience with you, Foyd.
Not enough.
Tell me about Nylanathatep.
No! Ask me something else.
Were you part of the Nylanathatep worshippers?
Not tell yous nothing.
Who are you running from, Foyd?
Not saying nothing.
Okay. Can I spook him anymore?
Does this amulet mean anything to you?
Yeah, that does look familiar. That's traps.
This
Ooh,
belongs to
hello.
Satrap? Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. Saw it round his neck.
And where is he now?
Dunno.
Oh, that was useful. Sword?
I have the falchion. I think it might be possible to stop Nylanathatep using the sword, but I need to know how.
Dunno. They didn't tell me nothing like that.
Are you telling me that you were part of a secret cult, but you didn't know anything that was going on?
Well, I did what Mooncalf told me most of the time.
Because he was the leader, you mean?
Well, he was the figurehead, but I don't know if he was the leader.
Interesting.
Then why were you following Mooncalf's instructions?
He was my contact. That's how we stayed in touch. Use contact keeps you in touch with what goes down.
I see.
Satrap's contact.
Everyone in the cult had a contact, right?
That's right.
So who was Satrap's contact?
That was Galed.
And where can I find Gelid?
Dunno, but I think he worked as a porter up at the university.
That's all I need to know. Thanks.
Thank you. That's the Bledlow.
Let's hope we don't meet again, Foyd.
Going to the university now. To the new hall.
It had been a while since I'd been to the new hall.
Oh dear.
And I had a bad feeling about what Mrs. Folmes would have to say to me if she saw me.
Mr. Luton.
Hello.
I was wondering if you'd turn up again.
Hi.
Come in.
No, you're fired. Worst bedmaker I ever hired.
Listen, I have to get inside the university. There's a dangerous cult trying to destroy the city, and I need to talk to someone inside.
That's what they all say. Now goodbye and don't come back.
That wasn't what I wanted to hear.
Well, that's not useful.
Can I come in?
No, go away. You're fired and that's that.
That's really not useful. Cafe Ankh. Everything looks better after some coffee. I don't actually like coffee. I'm just saying that because it's part of the character, I guess. Hello there.
Some ale. Mr. Luton.
Get it.
I'm trying to find a man named Gelid. Can you help? I wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Luton.
Guessing not. Well,
I wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Luton.
I haven't said anything yet.
Does quad nesci and eos interficit mean anything to you? I wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Luton.
Sorry. Okay, I'll leave you alone for the moment.
Thanks again, Samael. No problem, Mr. Luton.
Pseudopolis Yard.
I need some more answers, Nobby.
Do you know a man named Gelid? I can find the right page.
I need to get into the unseen university, and I want you to help me do it. How? Can't you get me some kind of warrant or something? No, absolutely not.
Oh.
Vimes would go spare if he knew I'd given a search warrant to you. A search warrant? Yeah, it's a piece of parchment from the patrician allowing us to search a premises. Or is that a premise? Well, I need one. I can't do it, Luton. It's more than my job's worth. The survival of the city might depend on it. You'd say anything just to get your own way. All right, if that's the way it's going to be. How did you get into my office the other day, Nobby? The door was open.
Dear.
No, it wasn't. I always lock my door. In that neighborhood, my coffee maker wouldn't last 10 minutes if I didn't. Well, I found my way in. Let's just leave it at that, eh? How would Vimes feel if he learned that you'd been breaking and entering onto private property just to fill your own pockets?
Oh dear, that's nasty.
Go spare. Well, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. What would I want my back scratched for?
Oh dear.
I mean, I'll ignore your transgression if you get me a warrant to let me into the university. I don't know about this, Luton. I think... Act now. You can think about it later. Okay. Wait here.
Yes, that was easy. Thank you.
Well, if I couldn't count on him as a friend, I could always count on him as a coward. Don't get out before somebody sees you. Consider me gone.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Catch you later, Nobby. Yeah, right, Luton.
To the new hall.
Open up! Open up!
Hold on, hold on.
I have a warrant.
What is it? Oh,
It's you.
I have here a signed parchment from the Oblong office allowing me access to university grounds.
let me see that.
You'll see it's completely in order.
I didn't just
All right,
write it.
You can come inside.
Good. Get it.
Where did you get this from?
I'm a private investigator. I got this through legitimate channels.
Sort of legitimate channels.
That's not for me to discuss.
This is most aggravating. Right, here's what's going to happen. You wait here, and I'm going to go and have a word with the watch. If this checks out, then I won't have any choice but to let you in. And if it doesn't, I'll be back with the watch to have you arrested. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
Don't touch anything, don't go anywhere. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly.
I don't like you, Luton, and I don't trust you. But you'd better not cross me on this. I'll be back shortly.
I look forward to it. Sheesh. What did she think she'd do to me? Choke me with a duster? Now to find Gelid. I'd have to be fast. There was no telling what Foams would do when she got back. I certainly couldn't count on Nobby to back me up when the old battle axe came storming into the watch house.
Yep. Go over here. He's gone. Oh no.
I couldn't stop myself. The scent of blood made me lose control, and I transformed into my wolf form. I followed the trail of blood from the
Ooh.
concourse up onto the rooftops. I found the Bledlow's body by the observatory.
Oh
No attempt had been made to hide it. I don't think the murderer cared. I could hear voices coming from inside the observatory, and even though my better judgment said to stay away, my curiosity drew me on. I hoped there was a limitation to how many times curiosity could kill the werewolf.
no. got a new location. And I got a new cutscene. We have a golem. Oh no, this is a wizard.
I made my way into the observatory, and inside was a wizard whose voice I recognized. Satrap. I wasn't sure what he was doing, but it couldn't be good.
The stars are right. A bit further. Now, left. Left a bit.
A golem was operating the cranks for the observatory's main telescope, and Satrap was calling out instructions. I guess he was looking for something.
Hello.
Mr. Newton, do come in. I've been expecting you.
You've
Oh,
been
that's not
using your
good.
magic to spy on me?
No, I saw you through the telescope.
Mind telling me what you're doing?
Oh, the same as everyone else. Waiting for the end of all creation.
All creation?
Well, Nylon Athertep might only destroy Ankh-Morpork to begin with, but I'm sure it will get around to destroying everything sooner or later. It's all just a matter of time.
So you're the leader of the dark sect of Nylon Athertep, then?
Luton, I am the Dark Sect.
Oh dear.
They would be nothing without me.
He's a bit nuts.
And you're a wizard?
The professor of astrology, as it happens. I acquired the job only recently, although it has been empty for a while. Mathom was interested in the post, but I was fortunate enough to dispose of him as part of the summoning ritual.
So there was some internal politics involved in that.
Oh, make no mistake, most of those 8 murders served another purpose. People don't become cultists because they want to help the gods out. They know that it's a good way to get what they want and to justify whatever unspeakable acts they want by blaming it on a god.
Carlotta needed Reagan killed because he was blackmailing her, and Mundy had the sword. What about the merchant Gaimin?
He and Kondo never got on. For all I know, there were reasons that the other people were chosen as well. It's often the way of these things.
Kondo's dead. I killed him.
Well,
Ooh,
that'll be
deep voice.
one less thing for Nylon Athertep to do when he gets here.
How many of the cultists were secretly in the dark sect?
Only myself and Kondo. But Foyd was easily manipulated to our ends as well. He rarely had any idea what was going on. We just used him because it suited our purposes to do so. Foyd couldn't have told anyone what we were doing because he only barely understood anything that was going on around him.
What about Gelid? Did you kill him?
Yes, he had to be removed. He was still loyal to Anu Anu, and he had outlived his usefulness.
What have you done with Carlotta?
I thought she was
As
still
far as I
downstairs.
know, she's still tending the wounds of that wretched excuse for a god.
You pulled the wool over her eyes, didn't you? Pretending to worship Anu.
His voice has
Anu.
definitely changed.
The
It's gone
wool?
down a bit.
I pulled the whole sheep.
Was Horst somehow involved in your plans?
Horst? Ha! Without Horst, we'd have never got Monday staying in the Octarine Parrot. The trouble with trying to murder in a geometric shape is you're really quite restricted as to where you can work.
So how come Horst's name isn't on the list?
He's not a cultist, Luton. He's just a greedy troll who thought helping us would get him the sword.
Instead, it's going to get him and everyone else killed.
I really think you should have let me say that. I mean, you say it in such a disappointing fashion. I can deliver lines like that with much greater dramatic effect.
You're a vain, arrogant, dangerous man, Satrap.
Thank you.
Where's the trapezohedron?
It's funny you should ask. I was just looking for it now. Once we have our hands on it, nothing will stop Nylon Athertep. The whole of creation will be destroyed.
He's mad. Just a bit.
Don't you think that laugh is a little over the top.
Listen, Luton. There are fewer perks than you might think to being what most people would consider an insane psychopath plotting the destruction of everything. I have always thought that a good dose of mad laughter was something I had earned the right to indulge in.
This whole plan is crazy, Satrap. No one in their right mind plots such mindless destruction on such a large scale. You need help.
I have all the help I need, Luton. I have Nylonathotep.
It's not helping you. It wouldn't help anyone. It is totally evil.
Evil? No, I will not accept that. It is conditioned simply to survive, and it can survive only by dominating all other life. When all other life is suppressed, then we will have peace. Wars will end. It is a power not of evil, but of good.
Oh dear.
Satrap, if you had
He's
created a
nuts.
spell that could destroy all forms of life, would sweep throughout the disk and leave nothing in its wake, would you allow its use?
It is an interesting conjecture.
But
Oh,
would you
yes.
do it?
Yes. Yes. To hold in my hand a scroll that contains such power. To know that life, death on such a scale, was my choice. To know that the faintest of breaths speaking those words would end everything. Yes! Yes! I would do it. That power would set me up among the gods, and through Nylonathotep, I have that power!
Doctor Who
You're
reference.
deranged, Satrap. I thought Mooncalf was bad, but you take the honors. I can't allow this to continue. I have to stop you.
You cannot stop me now! I'm invincible!
Give it up, Satrap. It's over. I pursued Satrap.
Oh
up
dear.
on the roof. His robes were ripe with the stench of death
Yes.
blood, and I couldn't control
Werewolf. Bye bye.
it. The next thing I knew, Satrap's body was tumbling down the roof into a crumpled heap below.
Get
Another dead
down
one.
Here! This isn't over!
Yes, it
Don't
is for
turn
you.
away from me while I'm talking to you.
Hmm.
Come back! This isn't over!
It is for you.
Oh, black spectre of the cold sleep of death. Leave me, your humble servant, so that I can witness the destruction I have wrought in thy name.
Hey?
Wrought in thy name. You should get out more often, Sam.
I live to serve you.
Really?
Oh dear.
Any good at making curry?
No. But I am causing death and destruction on a scale as yet unprecedented.
And you think that makes me happy? I'm not the god of death, you know. I'm just death. I'm just providing a service. There are times, you know, when I get really annoyed by you mortals.
Does that mean I'm going to be punished for all eternity?
If that's what you want.
Isn't there some way I can bargain with you?
Nothing springs to mind.
Surely someone has found a way to attempt to avoid the final curtain?
Well, people sometimes challenge me to a game.
Do they ever win?
No.
No. But someone once challenged me to that one where you knock a little ball out of a hole. Flog, I think it is.
What sort of game is that?
A really stupid one to play against a person who spends every second working on his swing,
Can I play you at it?
if you like. Last time I got a birdie on the 18th. but it was its own fault for flying so low.
I'll do anything to save my life. Whatever you ask.
You're afraid of dying, aren't you?
I didn't think I would be, but I was wrong.
Here, take my hand. There's nothing to worry about. The hard part is over.
Why are you being so nice to me? I tried to destroy all of creation.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Okay, we have Golem, Telescope, Astrolabe. What's this?
On the floor was an ornate device for navigating across the stars.
Cool. Mosaics.
The floor of the observatory was decorated with the 64 signs of the zodiac. They were all here. The celestial parsnip, the cow of heaven, the knotted string, even Okjok the salesman. Fascinating though they were, I couldn't do anything to the mosaics with my bare hands.
But the telescope.
The huge telescope was too large to be moved by hand, so a nearby golem operated the cranks.
Can I
The
use
view
it?
through the telescope showed me nothing. The golem didn't say much. It wasn't their way. I could tell the golem what to do, but beyond that there wasn't much I could do.
Okay. Let's leave this place for now, shall we? How does one exit? There we go. Oh, I've got an observatory now, okay. Let's go back to the library.